14 WILI and 95.3 FM presents Hometown Threads, a closer look at our community and the people that make it go. Every week, you'll hear uplifting stories from our local businesses and our neighbors. Now, here's our host for Hometown Threads, Keith C. Rice.
Welcome into episode 128 of Hometown Threads on 14 WILI and 95.3 FM and Willimantic Today Facebook and Spectrum 192. Oh, one more and, I'm sorry. The WILI YouTube channel where you can watch not just Hometown Threads, but all our great local talk shows for the most part. Most of the talk shows that you hear on WILI can be watched just by going to YouTube, youtube.com or the app, whatever, and search WILI Radio, and then boom, you'll find the WILI YouTube page. Again, you can watch all the great talk shows. Most of them are up there. Keith C. Rice back in here. We do this every week, Hometown Threads, over 3 years old, episode 128. We'll meet our lovely guest in just a sec. Couldn't do it without Liberty Bank, been with us since day one. Liberty Bank, be community kind with 3 great local locations across the street from the radio station at 679 Main Street. Of course, the one down at West Main Street managed by my wonderful wife, Marianne, 1703 West Main Street, and right up the street, Route 195 in Mansfield. Liberty Bank, be community kind. J. Matt Rupar, if you'd be so kind and say hello to the fine folks.
Hello.
And, of course, big thanks to Liberty, and big thanks to all you listening and watching on WILI and on YouTube. And it's a pleasure to welcome in for episode 128, Shea O'Connor from East Coast Paws.
What up, guys? I'm very happy to be here. Thank you for the opportunity, Keith.
Very own personal groomer here. She also works at Blondie's Diner on the side. We've had Julie in here. We've had Brandon in here from Good Times. So she works at Blondie's on Sundays, right?
All day Sundays. Come get breakfast with me, 5 to 2.
And then she has a more recent job, full-time job. Tell us about what you're doing during the week, besides, of course, grooming.
I work at an investment firm in Glastonbury, Barnum Financial, under Kevin Carrier. Just kind of working with some numbers, calling some people back, getting money moving.
Well, you're a star on the rise, definitely, with this this new dog grooming business called East Coast Paws. See, I'm holding up one of her, you brought up a good point. A lot of people do business cards, but you're doing stickers. And let's see if I can let's see if we can get right at this here. I know Matt stepped out for a second, but there you go. We'll get a closer look when Matt comes back in, too. But you're only 25 years old. And by the way, I don't know if I just said East Coast Paws, that's Paws with a Z.
With a Z, with the S was taken, so legal reasons we switched to the Z.
I kind of like it with the Z, if you ask me. So, 25 years old, is you've always had a passion for pets, I'm assuming. Tell us how the dog grooming business got started. We will backtrack and you'll share with us, where you grew up and all that. But tell us how East Coast Paws got off the ground.
So I've been grooming dogs for 5 years now. I started in a corporate setting and then moved to the #1 grooming salon in Connecticut. Worked under some masters there just to critique and get the art form down. And then went to private and then did mobile. I did everything you could possibly do for dog grooming.
Wow, so how many years does this go back again?
5.
5 years?
Yeah, I started at 20 as a bather at PetSmart.
Okay.
And then, just love the craft, love the art. With East Coast Paws, it's different than traditional grooming because with traditional grooming, it's more of a utility line. The more dogs you do, the more money you make. And then the quality kind of goes down because you're trying to get dogs in and out the door. Where, you are a client of mine, you just come in and then you're my only dogs of the day, and then we're getting them out on your time and what's best for the dog.
I think that's brilliant. Excuse me. So, and also one thing, I know you probably were going to touch on this anyway, there's so many other aspects of that when it comes to East Coast Paws. One of the things, and it was one of the many things that jump out at me, is when Marianne, my wife, and I first met, you were introduced to you through Julie at Blondie's that day. We were, for about at least a couple months, we were like, we got to find a groomer. And then you came into our life. And one of the things that really jumped out is, you said, well, first of all, I could help you out today, the day we met you, which happened to be a Sunday, I believe.
Yeah, it was a Sunday.
And then you said, I'm getting to the big part here, I can come get your dogs and I could drop them off.
Yeah.
You don't see too many dog groomers do that.
Yeah, so part of like my insurance is I'm licensed to like pick up and drop off dogs. So I like the aspect with the mobile grooming of coming to the house, getting the dog. You want to kind of build a relationship with the dog because it's like definitely a lot for them. Most of the time when I groom a dog, they don't know that I'm coming, you know? So I like to tell people to warn their dogs like, hey, you're going to get a bath later. Someone's going to scrub you down, brush you out. With coming to the house.
Our dogs were so excited when we told them that before the day you were coming.
Yeah, and then when I show up now, they're so excited to see me versus like hiding away.
Are they excited in the car on the way to your place?
Yeah, they are a good time. Definitely try to roll down the windows and get out of there. But
watch Oliver. Yeah, you got to lock the windows. But so that's a great little perk that you offer.
Yeah.
Name some of the. You got a bunch of them too. Name a lot of the perks that your average dog groomer probably wouldn't have, but you do that you offer.
During the grooming, I send you guys pictures, videos, just any kind of like fun tidbit of where the status of your dog is at in the process.
Take them for walks.
I take them for walks. We take potty breaks. I don't want to clean up any dog pee and when I'm grooming, so I'm like, hey, let's take 5 minutes, let's regroup, let's go sniff the neighbor's lawn, and then come back and do it again.
Did you come up with a lot of this stuff yourself? I mean, I'm sure you've networked, like we all do in all our fields, we network with. Did you come up with a lot of this stuff yourself?
A lot of like just like catering to the dog is just like more natural instinct with it. But I would say like my quality status is like the last groomer I worked for was very strict on quality, which you come from like a corporate setting, like I said, the utility lines. When I worked under like a private show groomer, it was like, this is like the quality you have to send out. So I'm so grateful for her because I would finish a dog, I'd put it on the ground and she'd like pick it up and she'd be like, go spend another 15 minutes and really work on this dog.
Wow.
So I'm grateful that I never looked at it in like a harshness way. It was like her salon, so her
kind of
quality.
like tough love.
Yeah, but a lot of groomers I feel like are like just trying to get in and out and like they don't understand. Nobody takes the time to be like, this is how you go through a dog and get a dog done correctly.
What? I mean, I got to give any groomer, including yourself, obviously, so much credit because it's kind of a stressful gig if you think about it. I mean, you must have people showing you pictures, hey, can you make my dog look like this? It's almost like going like, well, back in the day when I used to get a haircut, I just shaved my head. But people would walk into like the salon, or in your case, where you groom. You know, hey, can you make sure my dog? You know, there's a lot of pressure, right?
Yeah, it's more or less just kind of communicating through the person, and like how it is more of like a part-time side full business is I have the patience to get whatever is achieved done.
Because you're only doing that dog.
Yeah,
day,
like
right?
I'm only scheduling myself like, you know, I'll do 3 dogs in a day, but nothing more than that to get that quality done. And it is funny that you bring that up because I've had people show me pictures to groom their dog like this, and it's a totally different dog breed. And I'm like,
come on, you got to. I don't mean to put you on the spot, but there's got to be a story at the top of your head.
Yeah,
like, you do
of like I want my poodle to look like this, and then it's not a golden retriever, but basically like a golden retriever. Yeah, most of the time I'm more of a sustainable person, so I'm like, hey, I personally would love to make money off of you every 6 weeks, but like realistically, you're gonna see me every 3 months. So let's do a haircut that in a month from now looks great and what you want, but it grows out to the quality of you.
Is that what you usually do? Well, depending what the dog is, I guess, right?
No, usually like all around. I have a couple clients that I have on like a weekly basis and that I just give their dog a bath and like lightly trim it. But that's like, you know, a special scenario where personally I come from like a blue-collared background and like another expense, like why not like just keep it quality, the longevity of the haircut, and then come back to me when you need me, not just a...
That's right, because you offered us, the last time we saw, we've taken our dogs to you a couple times now since we connected with you the first time, but you offer like a bath. It could, does your dog need just a bath, or does it need a little trim, right, or a full-fledged haircut?
Yeah. So yeah, just catering to like what the dog needs, but also the pet parent. Like you guys are busy. You're not going to sit down and brush your 3 dogs every day. You know, if you want them to have that, achieve that like long haired look, it's a lot of maintenance.
Marianne like to do with Mama, but I finally said, no, I want to see my dog's eyes.
Yeah.
She did a good job putting the what do you call it?
Yeah, we're still growing it out.
Still
but,
growing it out. It's cute, but I'm glad
shave
we're...
in front of the eyes so we can see the eyes.
Yeah, she likes to give her ponytails and stuff, which is cute. But yeah, don't let the dog's hair grow. Anyway, it's just my opinion with my dog. But okay, so East Coast Paws, East Coast CoastShea.com. The name of the business again is East Coast Paws. Again, at the end of the show, we'll have Matt zoom in on that. You're 25 years old. Now let's backtrack. Shea O'Connor is with us, by the way. Episode 128 of Hometown Threads, brought to you by Liberty Bank. Be community kind on 14 WILI 95.3 FM, Willimantic Today, Facebook, and Spectrum 192. So now let's backtrack in the life of Shea O'Connor. Tell us where you grew up, where you went to school, and your first job, and go ahead. Any stories you like to share?
Yeah, so I'm from Woodstock, Connecticut.
The Quiet Corner.
The Quiet Corner. So my advertising is Connecticut's Quiet Corner to Coastline is what I will accommodate to grooming. My first job...
That's where you got the coast thing?
Yeah, I think, you know what, let's say it right now. Yeah, that's where it is. That's where it's from.
No, you're located in Coventry now. We should
I'm
actually,
out of Coventry, yeah.
Before you get back to the whole Woodstock thing, East Coast Paws is in Coventry, kind of like by the lake a little, right?
Right on Lake Road.
We should mention where you're located. Okay, so you grew up in Woodstock.
Grew up in Woodstock. My first job was actually at Signature Salon and Day Spa.
Oh, we had Logan in here not too long ago. Yeah.
And I was a shampoo artist there.
Really?
So I started with human hair and then definitely... was left.
Were you in high school working for Logan? Or
just in high school.
Working for Logan in high school?
Yeah.
For a stylist?
Yeah, I would drive from... Well, I worked for everybody there.
Okay.
And then my mom worked there too. So I was okay. Whoever hired me out, I'd go with that day. I'd just follow the money. But I did the front desk there, but also shampoos, waxing, all that good stuff. It's really funny because I left that job saying, I will never sweep hair again, and I've swept hair at every single job
That
since.
is amazing. That you started with human hair, now you're doing dog hair. Did you ever think while you were working at Signature Salon in North Wyndham that you... did you already know that that's where you wanted to go eventually? Do the dog thing or what?
I think... the dog thing happened because of the mass amount of people. I was like, I love the salon setting. I love cleaning. I love making longevity haircuts, but I didn't like the people aspect as much as I versus dogs don't really talk back.
A lot of people would agree. We're more pet people than people, right?
Yeah, it's part of it. It's like a yin and yang.
But. So that's kind of when it started to enter your mind. You were cutting human hair, and then one day were you cutting human hair, and you said, "Wow, I like to do this with dogs." And how did it,
Honestly, in 2018, I think we're going back to there. I didn't think that dog grooming would be a career option.
Wow.
It's not. I feel like it's becoming more and more now. I just didn't even know where to start. Versus, I just remember one day I was at Blondie's and I sat there and I was like, what am I going to do with my life? I have to figure out some kind of plan at a 19-year-old. Where do I go from here? And I love dogs. I've always loved dogs. My mom would bring home rescues, just always surrounded with lots of animals. So, somehow I was it popped in my head and I Googled what's the cheapest way to become a dog groomer. And if you go to PetSmart, they'll send you to school for free, but you just have to work there.
Sometimes it just takes a Google search, folks.
That was it. And I went to PetSmart. I am going to brag that I was Employee of the Month 4 months in a row because I was the only one who showed up to work every day. So that's all it takes to be Employee
That looks good on your
resume,
right?
So.
Employee of the Month at PetSmart.
PetSmart.
I was going to say PetSmart.
Petco, potato. But
so you did that for how long, and then you're working at PetSmart, right?
Yeah, I started as a dog bather there.
And you knew at that point, okay, eventually...
Ooh, I was scheming there. I knew that I was going to leave. I knew I was going to get my certification, thank you PetSmart, and then kind of, go to a private, get a taste of something else. Because one thing with being in, this kind of industry, it takes a village to learn different skills. And if you're just working under one person and one person is teaching you one way, you can groom a golden retriever 7 different ways. Wow. And if someone doesn't teach you that, you don't really know. So I was more hungry to learn new knowledge from a different person. So I ended up Googling the #1 grooming salon in Connecticut. And at the time, it was all the way in Stratford. So I drove an hour and 45 minutes every day to work under those groomers as a bather just to learn like different techniques and quality levels.
How long did you do that?
I didn't do that. I didn't make the drive too long. I think probably 6 months I was there.
Well, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
You did that for 6 months?
Yeah.
Because you had to get it down.
Yeah, and then from there I had more stuff on my resume of like to get different kind of grooming jobs.
Was it tough to build up? Oh, Matt, by the way, can we, you had stepped out for a second. Can we zoom in on?
No, but I can hold up.
Yes, thank you.
Little
East Coast
burrito.
Paws. That's, by the way, that is Shea's dog, Burrito.
I photoshopped that wig on his little head. So.
CoastShea.com. She's located in Coventry. And again, thank you, Matt. She is, she will pick up your pets, drop them off.
Yeah, if you go to www.coastshea.com, you can like fill out a little application there, and then I'll get back to you with like a quote and like my soonest availabilities to get them in.
That is all right. So PetSmart really did a lot for you then. Getting back to that for a second. So.
Yeah, I did just learn, but I did learn what I didn't want to do too. So like, there's all you do is crate. You get all the dogs come in, and then you stick them in a crate. And so then your dog's like stressed out. If your dog's never crated, it's in there kind of freaking out. And then I was like, if I ever do my own thing, I'm never going to offer any kind of crating.
Thank you.
I'm just going to be one-on-one with the
There are
dog.
a lot of groomers that do that. And all due respect to those groomers.
That's how
Everyone-
you make your money. Yeah, I totally
Exactly,
get it
but
too.
That just warms my heart to know that
Yeah.
any dog isn't going to be in a crate there while you're. So what do you usually do if there's like for example our dogs?
Yeah.
They just sit and wait. Like
With your dogs, I literally
Here
do.
we go. The truth comes out now.
The 3 dogs of Keith Rice. I'll literally do one at a time, and then work like do all the nails, put them down. Next one, all the nails, put them down. It's just like a rotation.
And what are the
So
other?
they're just on the ground with me hanging out.
They're hanging out. They're like you could be honest now.
Oliver's more security, so Oliver's checking out if everyone else is in good health.
He's also the nervous Nelly. But is
That
Buddy
wouldn't
barking
be-
his butt off?
No, Buddy was great. Mama's is the most.
Nobody was barking. They were just sitting there hanging out.
No, yeah, hanging out. Mama's is
Wow.
hilarious. If someone could pull up a picture of Mama's, I could definitely too. So she
Can
just
you really?
kind
Can you
of.
find Mama real
Oh,
quick?
yeah, I could. 'Cause she
Mama's
kind-
got to get a little exposure on Hometown Threads here.
She kind of just stood there and stared at me because it was my first time doing her. That she was like, "Hey, who are you? Where's my parents? How did you just pick me up?" And
But
bring
nobody
me
was.
out?"
None of my dogs were going nuts, huh?
No, yeah, no, they were pleasant. I would definitely do them.
Jeez.
I think this is a good picture of Mama's.
Okay, these are all 3 of our dogs. Matt, can we take
Yeah,
your phone for a
please.
second? And Matt's gonna. This is Oliver, Mama, and Buddy. Getting a little exposure here on Hometown Threads.
The
And that-
cutest dogs.
And that was the latest grooming day, which was what, a couple months ago, right?
Yeah, not that long
So it was
ago.
before the holidays. So thank you,
Hilarious.
Matt. And so I'm really so again, when you have multiple dogs in one day, you just put them. There's no crate involved, right?
Yeah, so like the pickup drop off, so it's kind of on the time that I complete. I'm like, hey, I'm gonna give you a 30-minute heads up, or either you come pick them up, or I send them back, drive them back.
All right. So during the week, you've got the new job at the investment firm in
Yeah.
Glastonbury.
I do call it my big girl job.
Big girl job. Congratulations on that. And then one day a week at Blondie's. You were there. You're there on Sundays, but you were there almost every weekend, right? At one point.
Yeah. Yeah, part of me just sold myself to Blondie's. I don't know. I love the Sunday morning there, the atmosphere, the food, everything about Blondie's Diner is nostalgia for me.
Yeah.
So,
she does a good job over there.
Who doesn't want to wake up at 4:45 to make some money, on a Sunday morning?
And again, we again, as I mentioned earlier, we met Shea on a Sunday at Blondie's. She had been there at what time? You get there at what time on a Sunday?
I'm going to say if Julie's listening, 4:45.
I think she's in New Orleans this week.
Yeah, no, she's out.
But anyway, you're up early, and
Yeah.
then I'm sure you've done this with other people too. Like she'll get off her shift at 2:00 on a Sunday.
Yeah.
And you'll do some grooming, right? For certain people. Right?
Yeah, I would say like both of my parents are blue-collared workers, and they just taught me like a fabulous work ethic that like if you're already getting up working, it's a working day, so might as well just carry it through.
That's great perspective.
Yeah.
So, what are your look? I know you love all dogs. Well, I guess you just do dogs, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do not like cats. I can openly say that on the air.
You what?
I do not like cats.
up top. But I love all pets.
That's a
Don't get me
high
wrong. Don't get me wrong. I
Yeah.
want the cat haters to come out. I don't hate cats.
Come for me, cat haters.
I just prefer. We just prefer dogs. I'll group you in with. You know, I nothing. I had cats growing up too. I have nothing against cats, but yes, I would prefer dogs. Now, what you've been doing this for East Coast Paws with them for 5 years now?
East Coast
No,
Paws.
a year. It's been a
yeah.
year. It's been 5 years since you've been working up to this, correct?
Yeah, so part of like the adulting, owning your own business, you got to do the taxes.
And
So
tell us about the adulting part of
yeah,
East
yeah,
Coast
yeah.
Paws.
So I learned that because Liberty Bank offered me. We're shouting out Liberty Bank. They sent me to school to.
Be community kind.
Yeah, they sent me to school to take business classes for free.
No kidding.
Yes, to do. I got like a $5,000 line of credit at the end of it, and they sent me to Eastern. Fabulous.
Liberty did that?
Liberty Bank did that.
Wow.
I do love Liberty too. I have my business account with them.
Marianne's gonna love this. Anyway, so you've been in business doing this the East Coast Paws thing for a year. What is I know you love all dogs. What is like your favorite kind of dog to groom? If I may put you on the spot with that.
I would say any happy dog is my favorite dog to groom. But if I had to pick like an individual one, probably a golden. Love a golden. I'm
Okay.
gonna retire with like probably 5 or 6 goldens.
Really?
Yeah.
You already talk about retirement at age 25.
Oh, when you're working the way I'm working,
Yeah, you got that.
retirement's has to. Got to plan
All
for
right,
it.
so now we have a few minutes left. This is the part where we're going to go, we're just going to talk about East Coast Paws. Again, coastshea.com. You even have swag, right?
I do. So East Coast Paws is really into repurposed materials. I read somewhere that like there's enough clothing made in the world for like 50 generations to not have to get new clothes. So part of the merch drop is I go thrifting and then collect a lot of cool flannels, upcycled stuff, and then I put a little. The last one was the Fetch This collection.
I love this.
That was it was a dog flipping them off, and it just said "Fetch This." So I just do everything in a limited drop of like 50 qualities. So like once they're out, they're out. And if you appreciate the humor in it, we're doing a "I Don't Give a Wolf" collection coming in June 2026.
It just keeps coming.
Yeah.
So you got Fetch This, I Don't Give a Wolf. What else you got?
Those are the two for now.
But there's for now.
yeah.
And you're coming up with this stuff, and
Yeah, I think I might have a little chip on my shoulder, and
I
I can
guess
so
I love that about you.
it's
That's
nice
great.
to like express it through like swag and send it off
So again, where can they find all this merch?
on www.crochet.com, and then I did a pop-up store at Blondie's, which I'll probably do again.
This is great. Anything else you want to mention? Go through the perks again. What you do when it comes to grooming day.
Yeah, if you guys want just a different form of grooming that's like one-on-one, you could just text me.
You want to throw out your number?
Yeah,
I
it's
know you
okay.
can find it at
Yeah, you can come online.
coastshea.com, right?
Yeah, crochet on time. Yeah.
Coastshea.com. That's where they can find your, they can email you or whatever.
Yeah, you could just fill out a little inquiry, and I'll get back to you. I'm 25, so I'm always on my phone.
And then that's where they can fill out the application and find out how to set up a grooming, find out all about you. And there's an about you on that side, I'm sure.
Yeah.
That's great. Congratulations.
Keith, thanks for the opportunity.
Oh, it's great.
Appreciate you, man.
I'm telling you, if you need a dog groomer, right here, Shea O'Connor, our guest for episode 128 of Hometown Threads. Again, coastshea.com. It's East Coast Paws with a Z.
With a Z for legal reasons.
There you go. And she has cool stickers like this. More stuff to come with merch and great ideas. Thank you again, Shea.
Thank you.
Thank you, Liberty Bank. They got a lot of pub in this one. Liberty Bank, be community kind. Thank you, J. Matt Rupar. And that'll do it for episode 128. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. And in the words of the great Roddy McCumber,
bye for now, folks. Bye for now.
And that concludes another edition of Hometown Threads. Got a story for Keith? Reach out to him on Facebook by searching Keith C. Rice or email him at krice@hallradio.net. Don't forget to tune in next week on 14 WILI and 95.3 FM, as well as the Willimantic Today page on Facebook.